Hello again. I wanted to come back today and talk a little bit more about Reiki and about my process and also some recommendations that I have that I think that are really exciting and I'm excited to share with whoever is interested. So again, I'm Laura and I'm a Reiki practitioner. Uh, I do practice 3 different forms and I'm going to be working on the other ones as well. But right now I have experience with Isui, Gandai, and Lightarian Reiki. So, very exciting stuff. I'll just get right into it. One of the first things that you learn when you become a practitioner of Reiki is the Reiki precepts. It is what we live by. Reiki is more a way of life than just a technique or a practice. It's an amazing thing that kind of opens your world up and lets you in to see a lot more than what most people even bother to look at. So it's pretty cool. But the way that we do that is by every day we start by saying, just for today, I am without worry. I have gratitude for my many blessings. I am without anger. I work hard. And just for today, I am kind to myself and to all beings. And by reciting that every day, sometimes more than once a day if you need to, if you're having a really bad day, it really does bring us back, bring perspective. And I think whether you practice Reiki or not, it is just really good to have this mindset when you're looking out onto the world, whether you're helping others in this way or in any way. It's just a great and beautiful way to be able to keep your brain right. So I do want to talk a little bit about my daily routine because I think it's important for my clients to realize how much I do put into this. It's not just about your 30 minutes to hour session. It really is intensive all day, every day type of thing. So I actually wrote it down so that I would remember it correctly. So when I first wake up, I process my dreams. I either write them down or meditate about it and try to understand patterns or specific things that are happening. It really is relating to my daily life. So whatever I can interpret from that, I think that's important. And I think that's important for everyone to do. So yeah, I will do that. And then I will either meditate while I'm doing that or because I usually do that up in my room. And then I will come down here and I will meditate and I'll ground either in this room because I love this room or I go out in my backyard and I will be barefoot and I just ground. I walk around. I feel like I'm grounding and bringing my energy with the earth energy and really feeling like I'm back in my body for the day and I'm ready to take on the world. I think that's really important. So then I will eat. I usually don't eat very much because I do like to fast while I'm working. I don't know if that's a weird thing or not. Some people might not do that, but I do. I do find myself more open. And I generally work only in the mornings for that reason because I wouldn't want to go all day. But I will usually just eat, anything, it's just a little fruit, a banana or peaches or something like that because I do want something to get my metabolism going and my energy going, but I usually don't want to overfill. Then I will clear my space and I always work in the same spot. I want to go in there and show everyone. I don't even know what it looks like right now, but I just want to show the space in which I work when I do not have people come to me when I work distantly, which is almost always. So I'll clear the space and then that's when I will work on clients. So I've already worked on myself. I've already cleared my space and now I'm ready to work on people. I usually I do 1 or 2. I won't do more than 3 a day. I do feel like 3 is a little daunting depending on what people have going on. But I like 2. I think 2 a day is a good number of clients. And I won't put them back to back, but I usually put them both before noon. Then I will clear my space again and ground again. And yeah, that's between clients as well all day long, just to make sure everything is clear and open and I am feeling fully solidified with the earth, if you will. And And then I go through my day. I have a regular day after that. I have 3 kids. I have 2 dogs. I go hiking. My best friends live on a farm down the street, so I try to find some way to get out and just kind of get myself back. I don't like to devote a whole day, all day, every day on working on people. I think that's important for my clients to know. I do space it out, and I do not overwhelm myself with it, because either I will never be at that level, or I'm definitely not at that level yet. And then at night, I do another meditation, usually just to process the day. If I still feel like I have lingering things that I haven't worked on throughout the day, that's when I'll kind of focus on them again, and who knows, maybe dream about them. But I do think it's important to process your day before you go to sleep, in whatever way that is for you. That could just be thinking about things. It could be writing. It could be singing. Anything that makes you feel like you're letting things go and you're not holding on to them and going to bed with your brain going a million miles a minute. I think that's really important. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do on a daily basis. I wouldn't say every single day of my life I do it, but 90% of the time that is my everyday routine and how I get through my sessions and with my own stuff going on and my own family. So that is that. And I also have some really cool stuff to show you that I think would be really helpful for everyone to get. In no way a sponsor. These people are not sponsors for me or anything like that. I just really like this stuff, and I tell everybody I can about it. So the first book is called The Sevenfold Journey, and it is a workbook of sorts. And not only does it give you a lot of useful information, but it actually puts it into practices for you to do in a physical or a mental capacity. And I love that. I love examples. I love illustrations. They even have, with each chakra, they have like music that you can either play on an instrument or sing. I just love it. I think it's the coolest thing. There's lots of cool little activities in here you can do with other people. It's really a good book if you don't know a lot about chakras, or if you're wanting to brush up. I think it's like $12 on Amazon, and it's the book to go to for getting into this type of work, or just for understanding more about your chakras. Highly recommend. Next book is, if you're into crystals like I am, I have 2 versions because sometimes I have to take one to go, but this book, there's so many books on crystals. It is amazing, and I have a bunch, and I've spent a lot of money on them. I should have just got this, because this book, pretty much anything by Robert Simmons is going to be amazing, but this book right here gives you everything. There's so many different golden labradorite. I never even heard of that until right now. I mean, there's so many crystals in here that are just you would never even dream of, and it gives you all of this foundational history, where it's from, not just how it affects you metaphysically, but also the history behind it, which I think is a really good, important thing that most crystal books don't do. Then there's this version of it which has just got a lot less of them and a lot less of a description for each one, but it's still, I like it. I still think it has a good write-up, a good page, and it's again, it's again like still random ones that you might not have ever heard of. You can learn some new stones. So anyway, that's that. And then the last one I'm going to recommend for now, if you're into astrology or numerology at all, this book right here is so cool. And again, I have spent so much money and so much time reading books that, I don't know, they all seem to say different things and have different meanings, and this book right here is amazing. It's probably the number 1 astrology book that is out there in terms of just all the information on your nodes, your houses, your signs. It's pretty amazing. So this would be something cool to get if you're wanting to know more about your horoscope or your family's horoscope. And it doesn't just do sun sign. It does ascending and it does moon as well. So, boom. Now just a little bit on some of the stuff that I personally work with in session. These are similar but a little different, and I really like Ted Andrews, but Stephen Farmer did an amazing job on this Animal Spirit Guides book. When I do Reiki sessions, I almost always connect with Animal Spirit Guides, and it's interesting because they're more of a symbol for what is going on. And my clients that I've had already, they know what I'm talking about, but they usually show up when something's going on that you need help with that you're not getting on your own. So this is the book that I go to when I find a spirit in your animal spirit in your chakra. So let's just, for example, ladybug. If it alights on you, make a wish and your wish will be granted. Structure a time each day where you can pray or meditate in silence and solitude. Something you thought was lost will be making its way back into your life. Mother Mary is with you to guide you and console you, no matter what your religious or spiritual orientation. You're shielded and protected from irritations, pestering thoughts, or annoying behaviors from others. So this is just a little right up on the ladybug. I usually give a little bit of my own definition as well, but I do like using this because I feel like he really hits a nail on the head with how each of these animals represents a certain thing, and not only that, but within each chakra, which makes it even more interesting. So this is one of the main ones I use all the time to work on people. Both of these are very similar. They're written by the same dude, Mr. Ted Andrews. One is about animals and one is about nature. So it's more plants, trees, stuff like that. So these are both really cool books. And as I'm working on people and I get like the sense of pine tree spirit or fairy spirit or mushroom, anything like that. This book is really cool at just giving you definitions on what each of these things represents. So it's all open for interpretation, but I like these. I use these a lot. So this is what I will use when I'm working on my clients. The crystal and the astrology and the chakra book are really good for people that are learning about this stuff and maybe don't want to get into practicing Reiki, but are receiving Reiki or are starting to meditate and just really delve into all this awakening stuff. So I think this is a lot of information for right now. I do have so much more I want to share, but I'm going to save that for another day. For now, ta-ta, namaste, and I will see you next time.